The one airbrush technique that's going to change exactly how good you are at doing airbrush nail art in the salon today. Literally today. I'm Chloe and welcome back to my series on the fast track to airbrush pricing and profits. And pretty much what we're doing is I'm showing you how to get from 0 to 60 in these next 5 videos of how you can use airbrush to make more money in your salon by getting quicker offering nail art. Yeah! I've been doing nails for 21 years and airbrush has been a game changer. We're seeing a lot of introduction of new products that people are promoting as an alternative, but guess what? Those alternatives are not quicker. And in the grand scheme of things, you're still using nail chemicals to do nails. So we're not going to hash out the, this is better than that. We're going to go over what's quicker. Now, caveat to that is this. I do not now, nor have I ever, nor will I ever mix gel polish and acetone. Say it with me. We're not mixing gel polish and acetone at all. But what we will do is I will provide you with a guide down in the description below. And that guide is going to go over all my favorite tools, tips, and tricks for airbrush, just like written out for you to see exactly what I'm using as a person who's been doing those for 21 years, teaching for 10, and airbrushing for 10. Yeah. I know a thing or two about a thing or two, believe me. Mastering the gradient is your number one tool in your airbrush nail art that will make a difference. Now, that are wondering why they aren't getting the technique. I've seen a lot of them trying to attempt to do an ombre and they just have that airbrush all over their fingernails like this. This is not the movement that you need to solve this problem. When you are doing a ombre, and this technique is going to transfer to every single nail art. And in fact, I want you to try it after this video. Pause, bust out your airbrush and try this. When you're doing an ombre, it's always up and down while going side to side. Up and down while going side to side. The wrist movement, the flick of the wrist movement is here. Let me show you. When I have my airbrush, I'm always going up and down and side to side. Do you see this movement? It's fingers. You can add wrist to it, but that's too much. That's too much. Don't do that. That's too much. But up and down and side to side. It's also a millimeter pullback on that airbrush trigger. Why is it a millimeter? Because you don't need all the power. You do not need all the power all the time. In the airbrush guide below, there is also a practice sheet. Print that out and practice. That way you'll know exactly where your needle is spraying every single time you spray. So up and down and side to side is the number one movement that you need when you are airbrushing. And this will work when you're doing heart stencils, when you're doing butterflies, when you're doing letters. All these things are accomplished mixing different colors, going up and down and side to side. Now, if you want to, like I said, if you want to be sure where your needle is actually spraying, you're going to grab the free guide down below and print out that practice sheet and then trace around those images there, and those will help you get your precision together. But up and down, side to side is the best and really only way that you can get a smooth, clean ombre every single time. And if you want it to be even, say you're doing 2, 3, even 4 colors, up and down, side to side. A very good video that goes into this is going to be my sweater nail video. And I'll also link that one below so you can watch that sweater nail technique. That is a masterclass in precision airbrushing. Now that you know how this technique works, I want you to go ahead and pop onto video number 3 of the series where I'll show you just some things that you can tweak personally in your airbrush application that will help you avoid these same pitfalls. Okay, I'm also going to link the next video below, but it should just pop up right after this. See you in the next one.